So do you know that you can put an ATM into a location even if there's already an existing ATM in there? Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and ATM Mastermind Group page, and I help hundreds of aspiring ATM owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. All right, so you're wondering why we're wearing a lab coat. We did a lab coat maybe about a year and a half ago. We were wearing a lab coat, and a friend of mine, Andy, shout out to you, Andy, said, "Hey, Phil, why don't you bring back the lab coat?" I said, "You know what, Andy? In honor of you, I'm gonna bring it back for one episode." So we got the lab coat because we're in the lab, we're creating magic. So without further ado, the top 5 ways to get an ATM into a business that already has an ATM in it. So point number 1, you stop in a location, you see if there's an ATM, the ATM's out of money, you stop in again, the ATM's down. So now you're gonna have a conversation with the owner. You're gonna say, "Look, I stopped in a couple times, I got gas, I bought a soda. Your ATM was down last week, it's down this week." And then the store owner's gonna say, "You know what? I've been dealing with this guy. He's a problem. The ATM's always broke. It's always out of money. I don't like this. What can you do?" And you say, "Look, hey, we're in the ATM business." So we start asking questions. We're in the ATM business. What we can do is we can put our ATM and you can just call the other ATM guy and you can remove it. Now, one of the things you got to do is you got to ask, is there any paperwork? Do you have a location agreement with this guy? Most of the time they say, "I don't remember," or "No, I don't." So then how you facilitate that is you're going to tell them, "Okay, well, call the other guy and have that removed." So point number 2. So they got an old ATM that's broken down and it's not theirs. And when they got in the store, it's just been abandoned. So what we do is we get that ATM out of the store. Now, I don't physically do that. If it's bolted to the floor and it's been abandoned, what we can do is we can help. We can sawzall that ATM off and we can put it in the back if it's been abandoned. If it's live and the guy just doesn't like the ATM or their operator, I don't ever touch it. But if the ATM's been out, we're talking about old 1500s, old Tranix devices, old Tritons that I know that have been there out of life, just been there for a while. I'll put those ATMs, I'll help the guy sawzall the bolts if it's bolted down, and I'll help him move it to the back because I know it's been there. I'll ask, "Hey, how long is this ATM?" He's like, "I've had a store a year. The ATM's been sitting in, nobody's coming by." And so, okay, I'll help him, but I'm not taking it off the property. It's not my ATM. That guy might come back. I don't do that. But if it's outdated, if it looks like it's still working, I don't ever touch it. So if you're thinking about starting a profitable ATM business but don't know how, stay to the end of the video and I'll give you our free ATM checklist on how to start an ATM business the right way, even if you have 0 experience in the ATM business. In this checklist, I'll share with you 5 things you need to know to start your own ATM business and build passive income for you and your family. You'll get a clear roadmap towards ATM business success so you can earn $250 to $1,500 every single month of passive income. So let's get back to the video. Point number 3. Don't be a cowboy. What does that mean? I don't go in and sawzall guys' ATMs that are already operational. What I'll do is I'll tell them to call the store owner, have the other ATM removed, and then that way I'm out of the game. I don't do that because I don't want it done to me. I don't want somebody to come in there and sawzall my ATM and throw it in the closet or throw it out on the street. I saw in the chat groups, I saw some guy, he had 20 ATMs. Somebody came in and the last week and a half sawzalled every one of his ATMs and threw it in the closet, and then they put their ATMs there. Now, I don't know if he had contractual agreements. I don't know what the situation was, but he was talking about it in the chat. Does this ever happen? What happens? That's some guy going out there and being a cowboy. That's not how I operate, and that's how I don't tell you guys to operate this way. You know what? Let the store owner call and have them remove that ATM. Number 4, so you're in the process of doing this deal. What you want to do is the owner will say, "You know what? I don't have an agreement." So first thing we do is we sign an agreement with that store owner, because I've seen this a lot of times before. Is what happens is you say, "Hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do X, I'm going to do Y for you. I'm going to get you a brand new ATM. We're going to negotiate a surcharge." And then what happens is the old ATM owner comes in and then he signs them up with an agreement, and now you're out. Even though you're negotiating, you say, "Well, hey, what happened? I thought we had a deal. We had a verbal deal. Let's solidify that deal, put it in paper, and get it done." Because now if the old ATM owner comes in, now he's going to try to do a deal. You already have your agreement in place and it's all done. Now he can't do anything because you put the agreement ahead of his agreement, and now you got first right of refusal, so to speak, because you can put it in ATM. If the guy wants to buy your contract out from you, then that's fine, great. And hopefully you signed a 5-year agreement and he can buy you out of that deal, even though he's got the spot. So this is how we protect ourselves. Don't do all the negotiations without at least papering it up. So make sure you get a new location agreement. And point number 5, make sure that they sign your agreement with you. One time this happened to us. What happened is we left the agreement. The store manager came in and said, oh yeah, I'm the owner. And the store manager came in and signed the agreement. We thought we were dealing with the owner. And then what happened is the old ATM owner came in and we had an argument, not a big argument, but basically they said it was their location, I said it was our location. And then what happens, push comes to shove, we discovered, you know what? We had the manager sign with us and it was the store owner signed with the other guy. And then the store owner says, well, I didn't give him authorization to sign. He was just the manager. So then we didn't even get our ATM into that location because of that when that happens. So what I suggest you is make sure you know who you're signing with and make sure that you know that it's the store owner, not the manager, so you don't run into that situation. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to my free ATM checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist. The top 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business, where I'll share with you 5 things you need to start your profitable ATM business so you can start off earning passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So click the link down below to start your journey today. Remember, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys very much.